How we doing, guys? Welcome to another Mamemeister 10-minute mashup. This is Revenge of the Mutant Camels on the Commodore 64. This is an absolute classic game from way back. I'm not exactly sure when it came out. I'm guessing 84. It was one of the first games that I bought for the Commodore 64. Obviously it's a Jeff Minter game. It's Jeff Minter through and through. It's got lots of weird animals and it's absolutely a game of its time. You know, this game couldn't really exist nowadays. Everything, all the different levels feature various baddies, and they're all a snapshot of sort of 1980s Britain. This game really couldn't have been made anywhere else other than the UK. It's a classic game. I mean, the music itself is by a guy called James Lisney, who's actually he's a classical composer now, who's also friends with Jeff Minter. And I know James Lisney he did the sound, he did the music on this, he did music on Hover Bover, and he also did the music on Sheep in Space. So anyway, without much further ado, let's crack on this game. It's got awesome sound, great graphics, and it's bastarding hard. Now basically what you have to do is, you can see at the top there, top right, it says next zone 6 or 06 kilometres. I'm guessing that should be 6 kilometres. And that, the more time you spend, or the distance wise, the further to the right you walk, that goes down. When you get to the end of, when that gets to 0, you move on to the next level. You can move left and right, you can crouch. It's hard. Pressing up makes you jump like so. You can jump to the side and you can jump back the way. Holding down the fire button makes you move, but it also makes you shoot as well. But it is really hard. It's a difficult game. I'm not quite sure what these are. I'm guessing these guys are they birds or something? I'm not too sure. Obviously dropping big ton weights. The sound in all Jeff Minter's games is always awesome. I would love to see a remake of this game, although possibly it might not be the best, because, you know, as we all know, guys, the originals can never be beaten with updates. In fact, you know what, this game would probably lose a lot of its appeal if you updated it. I mean, the background graphics, you look at that, little palm trees, wee kind of winking pyramids and that kind of stuff. I've never been good at this game, can you believe? I don't know whether there's a particular tactic to this game. I have tried just leaping about like so, but as you can see there, the more you leap about, you just constantly get hammered. Now you've got a little energy bar at the top there, you'll see it, neutronium status. When you get to the end of a level, that kind of goes up a wee bit, not very far though, it does go up slightly. But it's bloody hard. There we go, I've got a wee bit of energy. What's next? Manic Minter. So that's obviously a bit of a, I wouldn't say a tribute, a bit of a, what's the word for it? You know what, I'm absolutely awful when I make these videos. I can see in my head what I'm trying to say, but I just can't think of the actual phrase. Anyway, we'll call it tribute. It's a tribute to Manic Miner. You can see there when you actually, oh bollocks, one life down. The audio from Jeff's games is just fantastic. I'm not doing very well here at all, because when you get hit, when you move into things, your energy is going down all the time as well, so I don't know whether the best way to tackle this level is to just jump over them, because I don't think they come from behind. No, they don't. Ah, that could be the tactics. Except don't try and not land on top of them. wacky whackers. Now the thing I loved about this game is because every level had different sprites, you couldn't wait to get to the next level to see what was going to appear. Try to see what that is. It ouch that's saying actually. I'm doing absolutely pants here. What would make this game easier would be if you could actually stand still and shoot, but you can't do that. I'm certainly not in my way. Hold down the fire button and you kind of move. But I say this game is one of the earliest Commodore 64 games, but to my mind it's one of the classics. I loved it. It's just such an iconic game. As I said, it could only really be made in Britain in the 80s. We're right in the middle of a sort of Thatcher grip. People had no money. There was the Cold War was on. We were spending all the money on nuclear disarmament or nuclear missiles and that kind of stuff. Attack the Mutant Camels, as anyone that may know Jeff Minter's games, that was one of his earlier games. Oh bollocks, he's actually shooting at me. Take that. In fact, you know what? You think you're killing him, but you're actually not. All I'm doing here is walking into him like so. So I'm actually losing energy here. I'm guessing I might be better jumping over these guys. Except they're still firing at me. Come on. Whoa, skin in my teeth job. What's next? There we go. This chaos is a nuclear free zone. Now, I never really got that when I was, whatever I was, 16, 17. But I'm guessing that is Jeff more or less saying, I mean, Jeff was a hippie, still is a hippie. That was his way of basically saying that the whole of the UK is under nuclear threat, and the only part of the UK that's a nuclear free zone is inside a telephone box. Well, that's what I'm guessing he meant. But it's got silky smooth scrolling, absolutely awesome. Yeah, like I said, I haven't a clue the best way to play this game. In fact, this particular level's probably just what I'm doing right now. Keep to the right, jump over the phone boxes, and keep to the right. Ah, so shooting them makes them come towards you. That's the way to do this one, I think. That was better. Now, anyone that's played Attack the Mutant Camels, or AMC as it's called, was one of Jeff's first games. These little guys was the spaceship that you controlled. You were actually the spaceship and you were actually taking on the camels. Yeah, I'm wondering if leaping and shooting's the way to do it. I'm not too sure. And quite unusually, I'm actually going to only be playing one single game for the whole 10 minutes, which isn't like me in a mashup. Nope, next level. What's that? Aggressive Australian something or another. I'm guessing they're little skiing kangaroos, is that what they are? I think, I'm not exactly sure. I always thought they were kangaroos, but they don't really look like kangaroos. I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be. I'm guessing each level has got the best way of actually completing it. It's just trying to find out what that's going to be. I'm probably doing way better than I've ever done before, I think. Hey! This is obviously an acknowledgement of some of Jeff's other hobbies. I'm getting absolutely hammered here, so I'm wondering what the best method for this one is. Well, it's certainly not this. Oh dear. One life to go. Nah, this isn't exactly working too well. Now possibly, is this the best way to do it? Maybe not. Just try and avoid. Doesn't look like it. Nah. It's going to be game over, I think. And that's it. Your beasts are extinct, player one. That's it, guys. This is Revenge of the Mutant Camels on the Commodore 64, and it's by Llamasoft. Hope you enjoyed watching, guys, and as usual, thanks for watching.